SPX on the monthly chart. We talked about this last week. We've held this March 2020 trend line for a while. We've pulled back and tested in October, March, and October. But for right now, I'm looking at this closer trend line for this uptrend that we've been holding. We need to hold this 5,776 if we do get a pullback on the monthly chart. I like that we've got multiple touches through here, so it really confirms this trend line. And this will be the first break that we're watching for should we get a break like this to the downside. We did get a beautiful tap and push higher this last month, so we're looking very bullish for right now. Then if you look at the weekly chart, we pulled down and we retested this area. We've really struggled to break above for a long time. We finally pushed, and so for right now, SPY and SPX are holding that as support, so we will see if we can continue to hold it as support and push even higher. If we do pull back, we've got this 58.74 area next week to kind of keep in mind. I don't think we're going to be pulling and dropping 200 points next week, but that's just kind of the range that we're going to be watching if we do start to pull back at all. Looking at our daily chart, we are still inside this rising channel right here. We are holding this middle trend line pretty nicely. This is an area I would look for if we pull back to continue, before we continue on up. If we tap this area, 59.60, that's a potential bounce zone because that would be right along this trend line here. So if we pull back to 59.60, we could bounce and continue on up. And this is the area I'm going to be watching on the upside. If we break below, that 58.47 is going to be the next area to be mindful of, below the 59.60. So I know we have a lot of new people in the Discord, so I want to just kind of show you big picture, kind of zoomed out. This is the 4 hour. A lot of people get confused when we start getting pullbacks like this and think, oh, we're now bearish instead of bullish. But if you pull back the big picture and take an overall look at what the market is doing, you can easily throw up a trend line and see direction. It's always going to push higher. We're going to get pullbacks. As Heather says all the time, we can't just move straight one direction, right? So we push, we pull back, we push, we pull back, and that kind of continues on. So if we get these nice big pullbacks, it doesn't mean that we are bearish in the market. It just means we're getting a pullback, but we are continuing to hold those overall trend lines in the upward direction.